heated rivalry brought us one of the most intense on-screen relationships we've seen in recent sports dramas, but what's happening off-camera between the cast is creating even more buzz than the show itself. And the wildest part is that their on-screen chemistry is one thing, while their real-life relationships are exactly where you will lose it. So you saw the thumbnail, you know the deal. Francois Arnaud and Connor Storrie are allegedly dating. But before we look at them together, we have to look at them apart. You need to know their dating histories first, who they were with, how they handled it, for any of this to make sense later. So first, let's start with Francois. The 40-year-old Canadian actor has kept his romantic life relatively private over the years, which hasn't stopped fans from speculating. Francois rose to fame with the bars and has since built an impressive career, but it's his personal relationships that have sparked the most curiosity. For years, there were persistent rumors about Francois and his fellow Canadian actor Mark Ben David being more than just friends. The two have been spotted together at multiple events, and their social media interactions have had fans convinced that something romantic is brewing between them. However, it was later confirmed that the two actors were in a relationship, with reports suggesting they dated for a year starting around May 2022. Recent reports, however, suggest they are no longer together, though they remain friends. What's even more interesting about Francois is his dating history with several prominent actresses. So you're probably wondering, how did he go from that to being linked with Connor Storrie? Well, keep watching, because after I explain Connor's dating history, I'll show you the exposed footage of them together. The 25-year-old Connor Storrie has dealt with similar speculation, with fans dissecting his every move for evidence of a romantic relationship with Francois, focusing primarily on his work and creative projects. What makes the speculation even more intense is how both actors handle questions about their relationship status in interviews, often deflecting with humor or keeping answers deliberately vague. The shipping reached an all-time high when behind-the-scenes footage from heated rivalry showed Francois and Connor laughing together between takes, clearly enjoying each other's company beyond just professional courtesy. Finally, we can move on to the moment all of you have been waiting for, showing the two of them together. As you can see in this video, they're loading their suitcases into the luggage compartment. Connor briefly smiles towards the camera while Francois appears to avoid it. But that's not all. There's another moment that made people question what's really going on between them.
You are my what?
Husband?
No, seriously.
I'm your boyfriend.
Crazy, right? We don't know who Connor is talking to for sure, but fans are saying it's Francois. If that wasn't enough, this next moment raises even more questions. Both of them wrap their jackets over their heads to hide from cameras while traveling through the airport together. And it gets even more interesting. In this scene, Francois didn't have a microphone, so Connor handed him one. But before Francois took it, he touched Connor's hand in a way that fans noticed right away. Fans quickly reacted online, and the comments started flooding in. Here are some of the most popular responses. I'm confused. Why are we mad that they are dating? If it's because of Hudson, I will be even more confused because he has a girlfriend. None of our business whether they are just friends or something more, but they do look so good together. If it's more, love it for them. They are beautiful together, whether it's a relationship or just friendship, it shouldn't matter. We support them, not bully. A French-speaking older gentleman, Connor is right where he wants to be. There's a 15-year age gap between them, stop shipping them. Whether they're friends or something more, it's none of our business. And maybe the age difference is significant, but Connor is an adult and knows what he's doing. And just in general in life, just because two people who belong to the community are together doesn't automatically mean they're a couple. After all these events, Francois clearly knew people worshipping him with Connor, so when Toronto Star and the Capital News posted about it, he decided to address the topic. This is what he said. Heated rivalry star Francois Arnaud has called the trolling his experienced after Connor Storrie dating rumors. As soon as episode 3 of Heated Rivalry aired, fans immediately became obsessed with hockey captain Scott Hunter and his relationship with smoothie barista Kip Grady. Not only that, but people fell in love with the actors who play them. Scott is portrayed by Canadian star Francois Arnaud and Kip is played by American actor Robbie G.K. However, in recent weeks, Francois has become the target of hate online. The 40-year-old has been spotted out in public with his 25-year-old co-star Connor Storrie, Ilya Rozanov's actor, leading to speculation that they could be dating each other. Some heated rivalry fans have harassed Francois online over their rumored relationship. In the wake of negativity, Francois unfollowed his heated rivalry castmates and posted a selfie with a middle finger. He's since refollowed them all and now he's spoken out against the online bullying he's faced. Speaking to the Toronto Star about the attention he's been getting, Francois said, "It's been incredible, but also a bit scary. I've always valued normalcy. And so there's an adjustment period there. I'm like, oh, maybe a little bungalow with street access not on a gated property is not the best thing. I'm moving into a building with a doorman." Francois then addressed the hate. In general, fans have been incredibly positive and respectful. For the ones that aren't, I think it's a lot of younger fans who don't really understand the difference between reality and fiction. I honestly wish they would just rewatch the show because it doesn't seem like they got its message. He added, "Pay attention more closely. Did we watch the same show?" And it wasn't just Francois who reacted. After the article came out, Connor started commenting on more girls' posts, complimenting them in a way that made fans wonder if he was trying to send a message. For example, on this girl's bikini post, Connor wrote, "If I liked girls, fire emoji, you all the way." And after that, people began digging through his old comments to see if there were more clues. In a recent interview, Francois was asked to describe Robbie, the actor who plays Kip and Connor Storrie. He described Robbie as gentle and open, but when he said Connor's name, his eyes visibly lit up. He described Connor as freedom itself. Some fans think this suggests Connor represents the freedom Francois wishes he could have with him. What do you think? Now let's move on to a photo from a Crave event. Connor had both Francois and Hudson there with him, and since Hudson is one of the main leads, you'd expect Connor to stay close to him, especially in a photo op like this. But this picture tells a different story. Francois and Hudson are standing far apart, and Connor isn't next to Hudson at all. Instead, Connor is standing closer to Francois and he's holding Francois' hand. The story doesn't end there, because if you thought that was intense, the next part is even more confusing. And it involves the other main character, Hudson. See, Hudson and Connor are actually very close, like genuinely close. They're the main pair in the show and fans have watched their chemistry build for months. They laugh together, they joke together, they even have these moments where it looks like they can't stop staring at each other. So when people started seeing Connor getting close to Francois, it created a split in the fan community. Because on one hand, Connor and Hudson are clearly tight. On the other hand, Connor keeps showing signs that he's connected to Francois in a way that doesn't feel casual. And that's the kind of moment what makes fans say, wait, what's happening? Because if Connor and Hudson are close, why does Connor keep drifting towards Francois? But here's the thing, Hudson doesn't seem bothered by it. He doesn't look jealous, he doesn't look upset. In fact, Hudson's behavior around Connor often suggests something different entirely. Like he's secure in their relationship or like he knows something we don't. Because Hudson and Connor chemistry is real and it's obvious. In interviews on the red carpet, in behind the scenes clips, they're always interacting in a way that feels natural, comfortable, and genuine. They're not forcing anything, they're not acting like they're pretending, they're just together. And that's why it's so confusing when Connor suddenly starts getting close to Francois. It's not like Connor is distant from Hudson. It's not like they're not close. The truth is Connor has had strong bonds with both Hudson and Francois. Now some fans think that Connor is just being friendly with Francois. And that's possible, but there's a reason these moments are being noticed, because they're happening repeatedly. And it's not only the hand holding, it's the way Connor acts when Francois is around, it's the way Francois reacts when Connor gives him attention, it's the way Connor's body language changes when Hudson isn't around. It's the kind of behavior that makes fans start questioning whether Connor is playing for both sides, or whether there's something deeper going on. And this is where things get dangerous, because the next clip changes everything. If you think you've seen the truth, you haven't. Stay tuned because the next part is already coming. You'll miss out if you don't watch it.